Hello awesome YouTubers, Juggernaut G here with my Star Wars Battlefront review. Well, where to start? Well, first of all, Battlefront is a beautiful and beautifully sounding game. The sounds are 100% accurate from the films, like they've literally just been taken off the films. And it looks good, feels good, and it's just amazing. It's a good Star Wars experience, if you know what I mean. It is like it doesn't take it fully. They've done the homework. They've pretty much done exactly what the films have done, which is really good by game standards. It's like playing Star Wars. When I first played it, it was like properly feeling like a Star Wars game. But that's where the joy ends. Why? Lack of content. As a Star Wars game, it's not bad. As a Battlefront game, it's an utter disaster. Literally, it's as brilliant as that crashed TIE fighter to the right. Why should we... Is it a bad Battlefront game? Well, first of all, lack of content. If you compare it to the other two Battlefronts, there's no maps. No maps, hardly any game modes that are very unique. It's pretty much like a beta of the original Battlefronts, except better looking and better sound. Why? Right, well, first of all, there's only 4 planets. Yeah, there's like 12 maps, which isn't a lot for a game without DLC. 12 maps, and 4 planets. 4 planets. Whilst Battlefront originally had like 10 to 12 planets. Yeah, some of them only had like 1 to 2 maps on, but that's still a new planet. I would rather have 10 planets, each with 1 to 2 maps, than 4 planets with 3 to 10 each. Why? Why you say that? Because it's a change of scenery. I do not want 10 Endor maps. Fine, I do want Endor maps. I'm happy to have 3 to 4. But I want change of scenery, because Star Wars is all about space and exploration. You've got to have different scenery rather than just the same. Like, okay, so Jakku did come out as a free content, and they are doing free content, which is really good. Oh, yeah, this is a glitch I found as well. Really good free content. New planet, 2 maps. I'm happy. Change the scenery. And yeah, it's good, and they've added new skins for Luke Skywalker, which I really like now. I really like the new skins, so you can now have Luke and Han Solo's Hoth themed outfits when you're on Hoth playing as them. I really like that idea. But then adding a survival map as a multiplayer map, that's really lazy, so it's not very brilliant. But they're adding a few other stuff as free content, and I think all the old maps are kind of just getting touched upon, hopefully as free content. Next one, Galactic Conquest. Well, you can see why they haven't added it in, because there's only 4 planets. You're really going to conquer a galaxy with 4 planets, isn't it? Oh, lovely. Yeah, so you need more planets before that even happens, but they did say they're trying to sort more single player stuff out, because that's another problem. There's literally no single player. There's a few missions that are actually fairly decent, but last about 5 minutes apiece, and there's about 4 of them. So there's about 20 minutes of multiplayer single player content. The AI are ridiculously hard. Brutal AI is horrible. It's not because the damage output doesn't bother me. It's the fact that they're ridiculously good at aiming, and you die like that. Let's not even go on to the unfair rules, like for example, if you don't pick up a ticket, it doesn't count. If they don't pick up a ticket, it does count. Yeah, they can redeem their own allied tickets, but your AI can't redeem their tickets. Yeah, it's so biased and broken. Overall, though, there haven't been many glitches, no. But sadly, a lot of it, I think, will be sorted out through money. Paying 40 quid for a season pass. Well, what's in the season pass? Space battles. Oh yeah, that wasn't in Star Wars Battlefront. A Star Wars game didn't have space battles. And that's probably coming as DLC. As they mentioned that the Death Star's coming as a DLC, which is cool, because Death Star's never actually been in Star Wars Battlefront, so they actually have done something good there. But Outer Rims and stuff like that, please don't add in more Tatooine maps, seriously. Bespin is going to be added as a DLC, good, I'm happy. Another planet added to that tiny roster. But apart from that, no big deal. Next big problem, it is only original trilogy. This doesn't bother me that much, kind of. Like, if they had tons of planets and it was just based on the original trilogy, it wouldn't bother me. But, literally, all Star Wars Battlefront games always have a Clone War era. But in this, no, and they've even said it's not going to happen. I mean, they could have added Geonosis and Naboo. I mean, they still can, because they have got their dedicated stories during this time in the Star Wars universe. But they could have added them. And all these 4 extra heroes and villains, 4 extra heroes and villains, meaning 8 new heroes, really, because it'd be unbiased if they added just 1 new hero on the good team per DLC and then 1 on the bad. It'd be a bit biased. But who are they going to add? What 4 villains are they going to add from the original trilogy? Really? Oh, we're going to play as Grand Moff Tarkin. Oh, I've always wanted to play as him. Whilst they've always had the Clone Wars as thingy. So, again, it's not a Battlefront game. And the DLC, no, they're not even going to add any Force Awakens stuff. Now, no surprise, I did expect Clone Wars to be in it for it being a Battlefront game. I did kind of think, are they going to add Force Awakens stuff? I mean, yeah, there was kind of Force Awakens stuff with Jakku, but I thought, why are they not doing it? It's a great PR opportunity with the film coming out. My guess is they're doing a second one based on the Clone Wars and a third one based off the Force Awakens trilogy when the third film, well, 9th film comes out. And I mean, if you look here, the cutscenes are, it works. It works, and there's the new skin as well. But sadly, Star Wars Battlefront, it just disappointing to say the least. It's another game that is just disappointing. Just didn't work. It just didn't work. Yes, beautiful game, beautiful scenery. What they did perfect. Little to no glitches. But the main reason the player count's dropping like crazy is because it's not a Battlefront game. There's no prequels, no hardly any planets, and no galactic conquest. So, sadly guys, this is why I'd only rate Star Wars Battlefront 6.5 out of 10.